up early looking for the Candidasa morning sunrise, but it looks like I might have slept in a little bit. Looking to get an early morning sunrise at Candidasa. Looks like it's already coming up, but it still looks nice. In the background is Gili Tepakong, which is a popular dive site, scuba diving site, and very good for obviously fishing. You can see the boats around there, and the smaller one in front of that is another dive site, Gili Mimpang, and it's looking lovely. High tide. We've got little boats bobbing up and down. The other interesting show of colour early in the morning at Candidasa is the Lotus Lagoon. The flowers all burst open first thing in the morning, and it is just a mass of pink colour lotus flowers. And then as soon as the sun gets high enough and hot enough, they close.
Nestled in the hillside opposite the lagoon is the 12th century Pura Candidasa, the temple dedicated to Shiva and the goddess of fertility Hariti. And as well as being the namesake of Candidasa, it's also a good place to get an impressive view over the Lotus Lagoon and also across the beach to Nusa Penida. Gaining access inside the temple will cost you a small donation for a sarong, and there's a number of steps to climb to the highest point of the temple, but the view is well worth it. And just a small piece of advice, there are monkeys that live up there, but they don't seem to be too much of a problem. As I mentioned before, the name Candidasa stems from the temple Pura Candidasa. Candidasa, when you split that, becomes Chandi, which refers to a structure of a religious nature, and Dasa meaning 10, and the reference goes back to Hariti, which was the goddess of fertility, and she is always depicted surrounded by 10 children, therefore the Dasa, and gets referred to as the temple of 10 children.
And around the Lotus Lagoon early in the morning, it's a bit of a tan track for the early morning joggers and walkers, so there's plenty of people around getting their dose of early morning exercise in, and it's a lovely place to do it.
Candidasa is no more than a couple of kilometres in length, and as far as the beaches goes, you can see there's not that many beaches left that haven't eroded. There's breakwaters to try and protect, but probably their best used for is by the fishing fleets. But if you're really desperate to find a beach, you can find still some small stretches of beach out here. And if you're really inclined to go to find a better beach, Virgin Beach or White Beach is just located north of Candidasa, not too far away.